All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
RWBY Volume 8, Chapter 2.
Okay, all
Salem's
right.
on the hunt.
Salem is on the hunt, and she's sicked her Grimm doggo
Yeah.
on Oscar, it seems.
Yep, and
so that
it's
she
probably
can get the key to the relic.
Right, because a question that can be answered, that's kind of a bit busted. And
Yeah,
she would be able
thankfully
to
she
use it
thinks
for a
it's
lot.
questions. So
That's
they
true.
have that moment where the Jin's like, questions, yes.
Sorry,
and then Salem
they're all
asks
used
a
up.
question, and she's like, oh, that was your only question, you poor fool.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
That would be wonderful.
That would be wonderful.
But sadly, yeah.
So we have our squads. They've separated, and they are going for their specific respective missions.
Yep.
I like that these team-ups are going to be forcing interactions that we haven't really seen in some cases ever, and in some, like, not much at all. So that'll be kind of cool to see how they develop that. And then, of course, just the fact that with Cinder and then Hazel's crew all, like, bumping into each other, it creates for some unique opportunities for interactions amongst the antagonists.
Indeed. I love that you called them Hazel's crew, because, let's face it,
I thought about
the real parent figure is not Cinder. It's Hazel.
Right.
It's Hazel.
I just saw, I rewatched the episode, and I saw Hazel's outfit again, and I realized how much I want the dads to throw down and kind of to have a Bane moment with Ironwood
and breaking his
Hazel.
body.
And he's like, you merely adopted the darkness. I was born in it. And
Gotcha.
you're
Okay.
still just a man.
That would be wonderful.
That would be pretty freaking badass.
But now that everything has been set up and all those sort of pieces are cleared out of the way, now we can get into the madness that will be this volume.
Right. Now the question is, since the equivalent of a horsey from Salem's side of the chessboard is being deployed here, and we've got a lot of pieces in motion on the Atlas Mantle, our main crew's side of things, what other pieces will Salem issue forth?
All of them. Just so many pieces, she just covers the board.
Okay, because I feel like if anything, given that this volume's going to take place over like a short period of time, just in general, like there could be like a little bit of breather time we get again still before it goes absolutely crazy, because she still wants to ask the question.
Yeah.
So that's kind of putting a little bit of a time limit on what the heroes can do in the meantime. But maybe they could do a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Well, without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone, we're going to be starting the reaction in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now.
I wonder if we're going to get Qrow this episode.
I feel like they're going to give a little bit more time before we get Qrow, because he wasn't given like too much of a like a little bit of setup really, even at all in the previous episode.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Yeah, our little stops. Time part. For two allies that are wavering in their devotion.
Yep. This whole thing.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Wow.
This is your fault.
Never mind.
You realize that,
Right out the
don't
gate.
you?
Okay.
All I wanted was to bring people together. To give them a chance at a better life. But you...
Me? I am a victim. I'll admit I was duped. Used. And although my hands may not be clean, at least I am not a murderer.
So they got arrested too.
They might have turned themselves in.
He didn't kill anybody. And I'm not gonna stand here and be lectured by some snake with a mustache who helped that man tear us all apart.
Yeah.
Yes, well, I suppose we're all stuck in it together now.
Nice. Literally all
Speak
of them
for
right here.
yourself. I know the right people. I'm sure Whitley has reached out to my legal team and will have me out of here before you can say...
Legal team.
Oh.
You do realize you've already caught me?
Whoa.
Wow.
Ironwood's taking this one in for some interrogation, it looks
Yep.
like. Well, this will be crazy.
I hate not being able to do anything.
We can do something.
What?
We can kill the man who put us here.
With still no word from General Ironwood,
Wait,
Mantle
ooh.
citizens are frightened
Really?
and perplexed by the sudden withdrawal of military personnel, especially given the massive Grimm horde outside the kingdom. I've never seen anything quite like this. It truly feels like the end of days. But the Atlas Eye is committed to updating the public until our dying... Hey, wait!
Citizens of Mantle, General Ironwood has abandoned you, but we have not. If you can hear this, gather any food and supplies you need to stay warm, then head to the Mantle crater. The Grimm are starting to make their way back into the city, but we can hold the line if we all come together. If we
Okay.
don't, well,
Cool.
you've all seen what's waiting for us out in the storm.
Yeah.
It's time to show your teeth, Mantle.
All right.
Okay, you can take that back now. I don't need it anymore. What?
All right, the others are definitely missing out.
What? What?
New bike.
Oh, the gear,
Oh,
the gear.
gotcha,
All right, all right. Hell yeah, let's
Okay.
go.
Okay.
I mean, let's have some fun.
Sure. Yeah.
This might be the last bit of fun we get.
Okay.
Hair in my mouth.
All right.
What? Did you see something there on the bridge?
Not sure.
Only take what you need.
The
Okay.
crater? Are you sure it's safe out there?
Absolutely, ma'am.
Until Atlas falls, it's perfectly safe.
Heads up!
Oh,
Oh, we got some
that's
tech.
cool.
What's this?
and it's even in his... Oh, okay. Deployable shield. I like it.
Clean.
Yeah.
Way better than a hover bike.
Nice.
The Grimm already pushed this far in?
Magic item.
No, I think those were more from last night. Still.
Ren, if Jean hits you with his aura amp, think you can mask everyone?
We
Yep.
can give it a shot, but it is a lengthy trip through Mantle.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that's
Calm
a great
down.
idea. We'll have a Grimm-free journey all the way to the crater.
Yep.
Do we really gotta shack
Nice.
up with those animals down in the slums? I'd feel a lot safer being up in Atlas.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. But the people up top have decided you're not worth the trouble. The Faunus, on the other hand,
Yeah.
have been willing to lend all the help they can, regardless of whether or not you deserve it.
So, I'll just go get our things then.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
But
cool.
the Jean Ren combo.
is really strong.
Yep. Like, as soon as we found, like, it was confirmed that Jean could do that and that Ren could do that.
It should not be this hard getting people to just cooperate. And yet, it's something I'm becoming increasingly concerned about.
Oh, husband.
You know, I really don't need your additional commentary right now. You all have every right to be upset. Especially you, Oscar. I'm sorry I left you. I'm not upset that you left. I'm upset you came back.
Whoa.
I started to feel like me. Not the same me I was before all of this, but the me I always wanted to be. I felt like I was actually part of the team. I understand. But even though it may not have felt like I was with you, I was never truly gone. You're gaining control of my remaining magic, recollecting my longest-held memories, which means our two souls are still on the inevitable path to becoming one.
Yeah.
But I don't want that. Neither do I.
Hey, you good?
It's just a lot to focus on.
You can do it, Ren. We're almost to the crater.
I don't need a pep talk. I need to focus.
Yep. Shut up. Let me think. Let me just.
Right.
Let me be.
We need to find a way to work together. Not just the two of us. All of us.
Yep. Good luck with that.
Nice little pan-up shot there, reminding us where all of us happens to be. Cool. Little continuity of location with the factory stuff. Whoa!
That's
Way
a
to go,
lot of
Kirby,
people.
showing so many people.
Yeah.
All right, come on.
Okay.
Thanks again for coming.
Don't mention it. Once Robin learned about Amity Tower, she wouldn't shut up about it. Wherever she is, I'm sure she would want us doing what we can to get it up in the air and get the world talking again. Besides, Fiona's got your friends helping out in my stead.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you sure this is safe?
Oh, of
Snowshoe
course,
Shipping
not
is an SDC subsidiary,
Ah.
meaning all the drones here report to the company, not
Okay.
the general.
Nice.
The pneumatic tubes allow for dust refined in the crater to be sent straight up to Atlas.
Cool.
We just need to find the one for the military base.
Oh my
Are there any
god.
buildings in Atlas that your
Okay.
family doesn't own?
That isn't relevant at the
Yeah.
moment.
Actually, it is a little bit relevant.
Right. But okay. I'm all about pneumatic tubes.
Hey,
Yeah, how
I
you
do
doing?
not like it when friends fight. I know. Yang and I might not agree on how best to save Mantle, but I mean Winter, the general. They were our friends.
Yep.
But then the Aesops attacked you. And the general, he said people were going to die because of me.
All right. Yeah.
That
Ruby.
was a lie.
Yeah.
And he was only saying it to hurt you. I was the protector of Mantle.
Still are.
But now, I am much more than that.
There you go.
And I wish I was not.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're still you, Penny. By becoming the Winter Maiden, you did protect Mantle. Thank you, Ruby. I found it!
Oh, hugs.
I suppose there's no turning back now.
Between our secret weapon and my semblance, you all couldn't be in better hands.
There you go.
Okay.
so how do we use this thing?
It should be simple. If you lie back in the tube and press launch...
No!
Oh my god. Where did we just send her?
We just sent Weiss up to Atlas.
No, Crimson,
To
I
the
need
academy?
you and your team over in Sector
I think
11.
to the
Mantle
base.
police are helping us clear the hospital, but they're gonna need backup.
You're doing great, Fee. Robin would be proud.
I feel like you should be doing this after flexing on the news like that.
Cool.
How else
Casual
was I
semblance
supposed to get the
usage.
word
That's
out?
awesome.
Yeah.
Besides, it seems to be working. Where's this group coming in from?
That would be Sector 7.
You cleared 7 already? That's great! To be honest, I wasn't sure how you'd be doing without all of your teammates.
Well, as you can see, we're doing just fine.
Where are you putting everyone?
Testy.
We're working to get most of them settled in houses or other shelters. A large portion of the community is also trying to get old mine shafts into a livable condition.
Ooh, smart.
We've got a lot of people to keep warm. Looting the STC refineries is our best source of dust. Fortunately, no one's getting arrested during the apocalypse.
Right.
Just knowing those Grimm are circling out there doesn't feel great.
Mm-hmm.
What are they waiting for?
Yeah.
But yeah, if they can actually get into the mining tunnels,
We got a fight breaking out.
Crap.
Uh-oh.
Thanks, Uncle. We'll
Aw.
handle it.
I'll handle it. You've got enough to worry about.
Cool. This is fun seeing the Happy Huntresses being kind of
Grimm's
utilized.
in again. We spotted a decent-sized group of Grimm moving in from the east. Can't take them with all these civvies.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Did he say east?
Yeah, we got this.
Right, a simpler task.
Oh, Nani? Oh, one
Oh,
of
okay.
these. Yeah.
All right, I like it. I like it.
All right.
Now!
Kiting it.
Oh, okay.
Well done.
All
well
right,
done.
that's
Down
cool.
And flightless. Oh,
nice. That was fun.
Done.
Okay, Fiona. That's one more problem taken care of.
Good, because we're getting reports of more Grimm coming in from the west. The huntsman there could really use some backup.
Yeah, that's gonna
No
be.
rest for the wicked.
Okay, we're on our way.
That's gonna be the
It's
whole
all the
rest
negativity.
of this thing. Yeah.
Salem's forces aren't moving in, but it's enough to start attracting the stragglers.
Guys, we're not finished.
All right.
All right.
We need to hurry
Few
this
more.
up and
Few
take...
more.
Oh.
Oh, that's
What
different.
just happened?
That never happens.
I've never seen Grimm act that way before.
Yeah, never.
Scouts.
But what were they running from?
Oh! Oh my God! Oh!
Oh, okay.
Oh God!
Oscar!
Oh, the doggo's here. Whoa, jeez.
All right.
What the hell? Well, okay, this thing is nasty. Oh my God!
Oh, no. No. We do not need this.
Oh my God!
And it jumps.
Oh, whoa!
Oh,
This thing is
damn,
smart!
okay.
Oh my God!
All right.
Jeez!
Okay.
Wait! It's using Oscar as a shield!
But Grimm aren't that smart.
No, this one is.
Normally, no.
Give it
Holy
back!
crap! Oh my God! It's like a chimera Grimm.
Yeah.
Did it just...
Wait. Oh my God!
It's gonna sprout wings. Oh, man. Okay, yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right. I love it. I love it. Well,
Yeah, how do you fight something like that?
Kids, what's your status? West Side's taking damage.
Status is boned!
Kids, what's your status?
We've got an emergency. We're not gonna make it.
What? What kind of emergency?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Yeah, we're snafu'd. We are. We are.
Okay. Well.
Wow!
Well.
Okay, two things. I gotta go back. I think it talked.
Did it?
I think it grumbled something intelligent, like just a
my
little
God.
bit. And then they were like, wait, what?
That's
But I barely even heard
appreciate
it.
this development. I really like that.
Oh my God. This was such a this is casual.
Yeah, like
mission success.
it almost seems too easy
Too
given
easy.
that Salem is here,
Yeah,
right? And then
yeah.
there you
Then
go.
the regular Grimm, the saber-tooth ones are just like, nope, we don't go over here.
For some reason, I always assumed that even though it only showed one Grimm, that it was actually going to be like a bunch of packs of Grimm that were just going to be scouring everywhere.
Right.
But this is, I like this better.
I like this way better.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, yeah, that's a doggo.
That's
the kind of Grimm that Salem sends in to have immediate, 100% effective results.
Yep.
Because not only was it intelligent enough to use Oscar as a shield,
right,
and it grew parts as needed for the things that it was doing. It spoke.
It talked, and good catch on that, because I thought it was just a growl of some kind.
It almost did feel like a growl, but when they responded, like, did it just, and I was like, wait, did it talk?
Yeah, and it did.
Yeah.
Which, like, okay, I love for so many different reasons, because with the whole thing of Salem showing up, right, and she's got her big whale, and she's got her hordes of Grimm, which are, I don't know, millions, who knows how many, right? But our main characters have faced hordes of Grimm before, right? So even if it gets dangerous because there's just so many of them, how do you really make it feel like they're in danger?
Right.
Not just in that, can we protect the people enough because there's so many Grimm? But then with something like this coming in, okay, that's a new threat, and and it makes sense that it would be terrifying, that it would be tough. But it's also something that continues the whole concept of what are Grimm, and is there a possibility that Grimm could seem kind of similar to people, and that people could seem similar to Grimm, because that whole thing with Cinder, that's like a prime example of it. So seeing it from the Grimm side of things, where we get a Grimm that, human shield and language, like that was straight up like a Planet of the Apes kind of moment, where it's just,
it was, yeah,
no, like,
right, but
okay,
just so menacing and perfectly terrifying, because when we last had really intelligent Grimm, that was back in Volume 4.
Yes.
And that was more of a moment of where the Grimm itself felt more like a nightmare abomination that, didn't actually seem necessarily super intelligent.
Right. But it was just...
Yeah,
it was a boss level Grimm.
Yeah, it was a boss level Grimm. It had a lot of almost like extra malevolence to it, whereas this one feels like it has a goal, a mission, and it executes on specific little decisions in the midst of its mission in order to make its mission successful. It's not just a predator that's lumbering after something that it's been told to go after.
Yep. Because one of the things that I was wondering is, okay, how will it get Oscar and like, or not necessarily it, because I was thinking that it was going to be like she was not sicking a dog after Oscar, but it was like send out the hounds,
the dog.
Like I thought there would be tons of them,
and then it would thinking plural. Gotcha.
Yeah, and then it would be sort of like more of not even so much a retrieval thing as it would be like a scouting thing, and then it's okay, we know where they are, then we can have someone who's a real fighter actually go get them, right?
Right.
But no, that isn't what it was. And given the fact, and so the idea of, okay, Oscar needing to be taken captive, I was originally not even sure if he would be taken captive, because that didn't seem like the kind of thing that would happen very easily. It didn't seem like something that would be able to be justified and actually make it feel like it wasn't just convenience of narrative, right? But no, here with this, where it's that smart, and it's just like, I'll use them as a shield, no problem, right? Yeah. They haven't seen anything like this. Even with the part where it was starting to transform, and they were sort of standing there when, if they were to have any opportunity to attack, that probably would have been it,
Seriously.
But there's the thing of, hold on, what in the hell just happened? One, it talked. Two, we've never seen a Grimm like transform right before our eyes or something. What's going on?
Have we seen Grimm transform?
I feel like the closest would have been the Knucklevi with
the Knucklevi transformed a little bit.
Oh, okay.
It did some stuff like that.
But
I think
certainly not on this level, right?
Right. I think what the big thing with this one was that it did multiple transformations, but it did them as it needed them. Meaning it could have flown in like just fine. But I wanna call attention to two things here. I think it specifically didn't transform its wings because it was in stealth mode.
Sure. Okay.
I think I saw it on the bridge earlier in the episode.
Oh.
Remember how I was like, there's a thing on the bridge there,
and it looked like
I couldn't tell what
some
it was.
kind of dark thing or whatever.
Yeah, I bet you anything
that's what it was.
That it was stalking them, waiting for like a good moment. Another thing, I want to bring up the fact that since it spoke, it has to have a voice actor, right?
Oh, yeah.
And look at the bottom of the credits list here,
Hound.
Jacob.
Yeah.
The Hound, which, by the way, that's a cool name.
Oh, yeah.
Just
The
Hound.
Yep.
But look at the voice actor.
Jason.
That's Qrow's voice actor. Look up at Qrow up here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. That's like, all right.
Yeah.
Cool. But we have to give Grimm voice actors now.
Yep.
It do be the end of days. Yep.
And just like that, all the RWBY shipping, which was already pretty crazy,
got even crazier.
Just got crazier because, I mean, the RWBY community, the fandom, was definitely shipping Grimm with characters and such before this.
It gets pretty cursed up in there.
It gets pretty cursed. But now
it can get extra cursed.
Now it can get extra cursed. There will almost be this feeling of like, no, there's legitimacy now because they're intelligent. But
oh my God, please.
But okay, we got a bunch of other things this episode. We got to actually see Qrow and Robin. Okay, cool. They are being held captive.
Yes.
In Atlas.
Yes.
I maybe I just forgot like it. Like I don't remember them getting nabbed at the end of Volume 7. But
they didn't. They didn't show the state of everything there, but they did show Atlas ships on the way to the situation. Right. So I think what's assumed here is that Qrow is feeling guilty about the whole thing.
So he let himself
get taken in,
and then Robin was unconscious.
Right. Probably to get an interaction with Ironwood.
Sure, but now he's saying we need to kill Ironwood.
Yeah.
Which is that's interesting because Qrow was like in Volume 7 in particular, he was the one who was like, hold on, let's I'm sure this is a misunderstanding. We can talk about this and we can get it figured out, right? And I really liked how that interaction, the adults felt responsible in how they responded to it, and it really took some finagling from Tyrion and everything in order to get it to go as badly as it did, right?
Right.
So now that the fact that Qrow is like, okay, we need to kill Ironwood, that speaks to me that it's some kind of big change on the inside, maybe a compensation for the idea of, oh, I really am on my own because I've been feeling betrayed by Ozpin.
Since Volume 6.
Right, since Volume 6.
Yep.
I failed to act, and that resulted in a good man dying.
Right.
Right, in addition to Tyrion getting away. Right.
Another loyal servant essentially betrayed by their masters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it gives me the impression that Qrow is almost in the, okay, I was always the loner, I was always the bad luck charm. Now I'm going to kind of lean into that.
I'm just going to guide it now.
Yeah, exactly.
Point it at someone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and in this case, he's in a situation that, given that the bad luck stuff extends out to his environment and everything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jacques getting taken for, or Watts getting taken for interrogation. Yeah, it's like, is that part of the bad luck?
No.
Who knows?
It's not that. It's not that crazy. Because then you could go all the way back and be like, well, he was there at Beacon for Volume 3, so all that is his fault. No. That's just dumb. So, if anything, what we get here is that Qrow is showing that he is in a dark place right now.
Yes.
And going from where he's at right now to we need to kill him means that things are going to escalate even further beyond this, because this is the beginning of the volume.
Right.
The other thing with Watts and Jacques being here is that Jacques can give, in his patheticness, a lot of potentially useful info so that Robin and Qrow can then do something good with it. Because I don't think Whitley's going to bring any legal team
And
here.
you think that's going to do shit? Like, I mean, granted,
he's
Jacques
taking
doesn't
executive power, so he's not going to He's not going to care about any of that stuff.
And Jacques doesn't know exactly what's happened since he's been
That's
locked
true.
up.
That's true.
He doesn't know that, say, Ironwood's killed some of the, leaders of Atlas.
Right.
That's a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing.
But yeah, it's another one of those situations where, the best thing Ironwood could have done would be to have, especially since he had 4 people to lock up, is to have them all locked up separately where they can't communicate with each other.
Yeah.
Because for some of these characters in particular, their words are the most powerful things they have.
Yeah, thankfully, though, he's already starting to split up probably the most dangerous one in Watts.
And pumping
that's
him
good
for
by
info.
removing him and basically being like, no, you, the general wants to talk to you.
Yep.
So you're going to get interrogated. So that's probably going to happen in the next episode. But this group here being put together kind of for the ease of writing them all in a scene, together, that makes it a little bit simpler.
Yep.
But, that's a unique set of characters as well.
Yes.
Just having Jacques and Qrow potentially be able to talk with each other is kind of funny.
There's this part of me that is like, okay, there's 4 of them.
Not anymore.
Well, not anymore. Because, but Watts could be, returned to his cell, who knows.
Yeah.
But teams are usually comprised of 4 in RWBY.
God.
Now I'm not saying... Because originally, with the whole idea of like, okay, if some of them get captured, not thinking that Qrow and Robin would also be among them, but if some of them get captured, then you can have the whole thing where the prison break or something like that, Salem attacks, especially since these are energy cages. That means that if Atlas is attacked in a particular way so that there's any kind of potential power flickers or things like that, they will automatically get out. It's not like there's a door that they would have to then figure out how to open, right? I mean, there are doors to this area. This area is probably also a locked box. But so we could have something where the 4 of them maybe end up needing to team up. Now, hopefully if that happens, Qrow would just sort of go over to Watson. But,
Yeah.
Who knows?
But an unhinged Qrow is in play right now. And that's kind of exciting.
It's exciting and not like in a good way from the standpoint of what's going to happen in the story, but in a not so good way as far as our protagonists, good guys go.
Yep.
Because
totally.
Yeah.
But it's the apocalypse, the end of the world. And they said that mentioned twice in 2 different ways. We had the whole little moment where the Atlas Eye is trying to give you the news. And one of the happy huntresses comes by and is like, no, we got some info to give you. And there you go. Here's your microphone back. I did what I had to do. I liked it because it's a simple bit to remind us that these are Robin's, team. These are Robin's huntresses. They are all carrying out her will here, even though they're separated from their leader here.
Yep.
So it does a little bit more to build up their characters. And as this is a situation where it's all hands on deck, everything is bad, it's all horrible, any more allies we can get here is just fun and important to have. And I was saying it's important, but it's fun to see them doing what they can do, also quite casually. Just the casual uses of their semblances at like individual moments and being like, I don't know, you've seen a couple of these before. So,
in case you forgot,
just
here
in case
you
you
go.
forgot, this is, where they are and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's just kind of fun to be like, my semblance is polarity. Imagine how far we've come since volume 1,
Oh yeah. You have a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's because like volume 2, way back to volume 2, the food fight, I love the food fight.
Right.
But in addition to the comedic aspect of it, it was also, I felt like it was something to basically remind the audience, in case you forgot, these are the powers that the characters have, especially since in the case of, like, say, polarity, we didn't really see much of Pyrrha actually using her semblance. So
just once.
That was actually where a lot of it clued in for me of like, oh, that's right, she's a young Magneto. With the cans and everything. So
having for this with characters that are even less important than Ruby and Juniper.
Yep, it's the, hey, this doesn't need to be in a fight with Grimm or, with each other or anything like that. We'll just have them casually do their semblance. There you go.
Yep.
This is what they can do. That way, when we get into fights, because there are going to be a lot of them, we can see them use their semblance, and it doesn't feel just like an arbitrary decision or whatever.
Right. We had the cloaking field that was used on the truck back in Volume 7.
Yep.
And then the one that had the map is using some kind of semblance that I don't think we've seen before. No. I think it's, if anything, some kind of a concealment, like storage thing, because she had it.
Oh, okay.
She concealed it into a space of some kind and then re-pulled it out when it was needed.
Which, if that's what it is, that is busted as.
Well, it's like a bag of holding, basically.
Right, which is one of the most potentially game break. There's a reason why there are all these exception rules for bags of holding in D&D.
Yep.
Because
True.
Crazy stuff happens otherwise. Now there was something else that happened this episode that was good fun, but also kind of well, let's just say it could have a decently large effect on the plot moving forward.
Yeah.
And that's Weiss randomly getting vacuum tubed up to Atlas, separate from everyone else,
into a
and ahead of
pneumatic
them.
tube, which I believe, upon looking back, they said on the little console, going to Atlas Academy or something. So she basically got shunted up to Atlas Academy. I'm 99% sure.
Yeah, like, it doesn't have to have been that tube, I like it could have been.
that tube was the one going to Atlas Academy, but she went inside of another one.
Yeah, I don't know.
It says there Atlas Academy, terminal destination.
Yeah.
So it might be that there's multiple terminals, and that was when Ruby and Penny were having that really wholesome conversation.
Which was absolutely wonderful. I loved that. That was great.
Yeah.
But like,
oh my God, just this little bit, just seeing her just being like, the way this works.
Yeah, and you totally know what's going to happen. Nora sees a button, she's going to push it, right? But in a similar way to some of the other fun bits that felt like not... This was one where it's like, oh God, that's going to cause repercussions, right? The other one being when Yang was like having fun doing the flips on the bike and everything, and did like the which is great fun. It's a little bit. I found it a little bit odd that she's doing that during the apocalypse.
I mean, but the apocalypse hasn't hit them yet.
Yeah, exactly. Find happiness where you can.
Right.
Yeah.
This is that beginning stage, Jacob, where it's like, the aliens are invading and
it's
stuff.
It's all coping.
But you know what? They haven't attacked yet.
Exactly.
So yeah, we're scared.
Not in force, Yeah,
they haven't.
Great.
They're just out there, and we're all about to die.
You're right.
So why not have a little bit of fun at this little moment here?
Smell the roses while you can.
Yeah.
But in this case with
Easy
Nora,
to forget.
I am very curious if maybe because okay, after that scene they all were like, oh shit, Nora, what'd you do? And then they all jump in and boom, 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 shoot themselves up to Atlas. But if not, if we get something where Weiss is like, oh my God, did that just happen? I'm alone, and she's just sort of stumbling around like, all right, I need to get my bearings. Where am I? All this stuff. While, again, there's a warrant out for her arrest and everything. I hope that this doesn't cause any unnecessary, actual serious drama.
I hope it does. I hope it does, dude. Watch. This is the classic D&D thing where they're like, all right, we need to get up to Atlas in order to do the thing. We're going to use these tubes, which essentially they just jumped the gun and sent Weiss up there early. If they're going to the Atlas Academy, that's not a bad spot to get dropped at. It's just probably not directly where they need to go.
Right. They specifically wanted the one that goes to the place where they need to reroute the stuff for Amity Tower.
Yeah.
And given that also Weiss was the one that got them in there, I'm sure that they could still find out what's the right place if they hadn't already without her. But still, it's one of the, this is one of those things where in it's good fun, but I could see Weiss getting legitimately pissed, and also some of the other people getting legitimately pissed at Nora. It's like, what are you doing? This is the middle of the apocalypse. We can't be goofing off here. You just sent one of our party off to who God knows where.
No, they literally know where. It's on the terminal.
No, okay. Yes, but I don't know if these pneumatic tubes are two-way. No, they probably
they definitely are.
Yeah, they definitely are. Okay, so actually, that's a good question. If they end up just goofing off with this thing of just just using them for rides or whatever.
Weiss should get legitimately pissed because Nora pushed the button, not because it's going to ruin their whole thing or anything. But even if it did, even if they go into Atlas and stuff, the thing that it could be used for is well, I guess we're staging this from Atlas now because we can't get Weiss back necessarily anytime soon. So then they have to either, this is one of the ways this get really cool, fight a team like Team Funky up there or something like that because they're fugitives.
Sure.
Or freaking recruit Team Funky, like the absolute badasses that our girls are.
That would be wonderful.
Bring in a whole new set of allies into this Atlas Falls arc.
That's a good point because, Atlas as a school, right?
Yes.
It's very connected to the military. Gotcha.
Yep,
cool.
yep.
Awesome. Whatever. Right? I could see several of the students,
having some issues,
all young and idealistic, and strong sense of justice,
individualistic.
I could see them potentially having slight issues
just a little bit
with what Ironwood's doing, and given the fact that they're kind of being brought up, and granted, this is an Atlas, so maybe the specific way they're being brought up is slightly different than they would have been at Beacon or things like that.
Okay, yeah.
The idea of you're being raised to fight the evils that no one else can, specifically the Grimm, but
while we do the whole military dictatorship and
right. So I'm sure there's some reconciliation that would have already happened there with how they were trained and everything, but. Just saying.
Yeah.
Like that would be so cool if Ironwood just got an alert or something of like, sir, half the school has gone down to Mantle. Wait, what? Yes, sir. Half the school just left.
Yep.
Right? And if Weiss, as the absolute queen that she is, helps orchestrate that by like, giving some speech and like convincing everyone, it's like, we got to go help people. That would be amazing. That would be really so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Don't be a pet, not another thing.
Exactly. Yep.
You were not more guilty of their crimes.
Right. Break free and do all of that awesome stuff. Yes. But we have Oscar on the way to Salem. That's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. Make sure I was gonna make a "Don't lose your way" joke, but we pivoted to Oscar. So if anything, Oscar, yeah.
I loved the conversation with him and Ozpin about the whole idea of, eventually we're gonna kind of fuse, and I don't want that and you don't want that, but this is the sort of situation that we're in. Because that's something that, because I'm glad that it's not going for the angle of Ozpin consumes Oscar, just as the nature of how it works because he's been around longer or something.
Right.
And that might still be, it might not
kind
necessarily.
It kind of does, though.
It kind of does, right? But I love the idea of it being something where Ozpin also doesn't like that this is happening because he has also gone through this himself. So then maybe he can sort of talk with Oscar and be like, yeah.
Well, there's a relationship there. If he's doing this to Oscar, then he is also Oscar, right? So if Oscar doesn't like it, he doesn't like it.
Yep, it's all this mixed up thing. Yeah. Which, speaking of mixed up things, Ren, you're doing good. You need to sort out whatever's going on the inside because it's going to cause trouble. It kind of already is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's bled between the two of them with him and Nora. So it'll be interesting to see that. I would say personally, by about the halfway point in this volume, they'll have reconnected the groups. Hopefully, and it'll be this moment of where they're like, "Oh my God, it's been hell. It's been terrifying. We are so much better together than apart."
What was all that shit that we were like, you know, like holding in or whatever? Yep.
The end of the world makes a lot of things suddenly get a lot clearer.
Yep.
And while there can be some petty melodrama at times because, relationships are complicated.
Yeah.
This is actually the perfect situation where they can just kind of go, yeah, that doesn't matter. Write that off and go.
Exactly.
Let's get back to what's important here.
Right.
And you know that this whole thing happened with no focus on the antagonists. So they need to get Oscar back, but I don't think they can.
No, that Grimm was fast.
It's flying. They're following it though.
Right, they're following it.
They are following it.
maybe they'll need to be like, hey, what if we use the pneumatic tubes to... No.
Well, the unfortunate thing is that if Penny had gone with their group...
I know, right? If Penny had gone with them...
I'm just going to say,
she
if
could have
Penny
just flown
had
after
gone
it.
with her group, that Grimm would have had a serious fight on its hands.
Especially considering that since, Oscar is not as big as the Grimm is. Now, granted, I get that with students and, people and stuff, it'd be hard to do that pinpoint accuracy things to still hit the Grimm and not hit Oscar. And it could always move it if it's fast enough. But for a robot, maybe it'd be able to, at least clip the wings or something.
I think a robot like Penny might just dive into them both.
Sure.
And be like...
robot thing aside, she's also, I don't know, the
a
Winter Maiden.
Yeah.
So there's that, too.
Right. So there's a whole couple bit of things there. But also, we had another character who has a weapon that might have been able to fight the Grimm without hurting Oscar at all.
Oh, the one with the
That's
sniper
Ruby.
rifle? Yeah.
No.
Oh.
The one with silver eyes.
Oh, right.
So,
Yeah.
there's multiple levels of inconvenience with the fact that the parties were assembled this way. But to be fair, this is also part of, I would say, the awkwardness of the group not knowing necessarily how to handle Oscar. And I think you could get a little meta with this and say that it might even be a little bit tricky for the writers to figure out where Oscar fits really well in the group as well, because he doesn't have hard relationships with any of them.
Yeah, he's the new introduction.
He's the new introduction that's brought about since Volume 5. But the point is that in terms of really close relationships, he's actually the closest, I think, with RWBY.
Probably.
And RWBY has very specific things that she's wanting to do right now. And that just didn't, the chips didn't fall that way.
Yeah.
So we're in that awkward situation now where because they didn't, set, their high perception person on lookout constantly and didn't expect to see like a hyper intelligent freaking chimera evolving Grimm that's probably what the song Lucis Naturae was based on.
Sure.
Like straight up like this
Yeah, this is the scary.
This is something you don't prepare for.
Nope.
You just hope that you're able to maybe follow up with its attack
somehow
in some kind of way.
Yeah. So
yeah, Jean can't do anything about this. Ren can't do anything about this. Yang,
not really.
Nope.
Not really.
None of them are really equipped to handle this.
Like at best, Yang could get up close and personal with it if it wasn't
it's flying now.
But it's flying, so
it's amazing how powerful just flight is in these kinds of combat situations.
Oh, you look
with
like
ranged
melee
weapons.
characters.
Even with ranged weapons. Because though, Ren and Yang can fire guns at it and stuff.
And can even propel themselves through the air pretty good.
It's still just really high up there.
Yeah, it's...
And they could just miss. Like...
Sure.
Like,
Yep.
So, yeah, here we go. That's cool. Also, pacing-wise, this was an extremely short amount of time in terms of the story. So they are re-emphasizing the thing that they promised from before, that this volume was going to cover a really short amount of time.
Oh, gotcha. Like in-universe time, yeah.
Yeah, in-universe time, this was going to be a very short volume.
Which is how I prefer it, quite frankly.
Yeah, I don't remember what they said it was going to be, but it was a very, very short amount of time.
Yeah.
And, yeah. But, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. It's a full-length timer version, though, so you'll have to sync up your footage from Rooster Teeth's first website, so you'll need a subscription for that as well. So check out that, sync up the footage, check it out. Also, any level of support in our Patreon gets you access to our Discord, where you can chat with us in the community there about RWBY, about anime, storytelling in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
Indeed, we stream from Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific time for each of those days. Mondays is podcast, Tuesdays is One Piece dramatic manga readings, Wednesdays and Fridays Caleb does gaming.
Yep, I'm playing Hades right now. It's a lot of fun.
Thursdays I do gaming, which right now is Persona 4 Golden.
So if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.